Antes de iniciar con esta pequeña explicación, les comento que nuestra explicación será completamente en inglés. Esto para que nos vayamos familiarizando con vocabulario, con la manera en que se habla, al escucharlo, etc. Espero y tengamos una buena presentación. Comenzamos. Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing okay. I'm going to explain what do you need to know about the past progressive. First of all, you need to understand that the past progressive, it is a tense that we use if you want to communicate that something happened that was happening before another action occurred. For example, I was waiting for the bus when a crash happened. If you see, the action of waiting for the bus was in progress when another action occurred. So that means the past progressive. It is for actions that were happening in the past before another action occurred. So that means the past progressive. You need to know that the past progressive, it is important to combine it with the past simple. For that, I have an explanation on Moodle, and also I have some rules, I have some worksheets, I have some lists of verbs, so you can take a look at them and you can see what's going on. So please take a look at them before you start with the past progressive, because I have some exercises right there. So the exercises are very easy, so they are not difficult, so you need to use them, and then you need to complete them, obviously. But first, take a look at the explanations, read them carefully. Remember, we have two kinds of verbs. We have the regulars and we have the irregulars. The activities are not difficult, so you need to read and everything will be okay. Before we start with the explanation, don't forget that in Moodle, we have a chat and you have my email. So be free if you have any questions, if you need to know something else, send me an email or send me a message and I will check them on time and I will help you if you need help. Now, talking about that, as I said, now let's start with the past progressive. Now, past progressive, as I said, it is an action that was happening before another action occurred. I will say the same example. I was waiting for the bus when an accident or a crash happened. If you see, the action of waiting for the bus was interrupted because obviously you need to call the police or you need to call an ambulance or you need to do something else, and the action of waiting for the bus so it was canceled because you need to help or you need to attend. So that means the past progressive. Now, how do we form the past progressive? Before we start with the past progressive, you need to understand that the past progressive use only two auxiliaries. The first one, it is was, and the other one is were. How do we use was? It's very easy. We are going to use was for singular pronouns. For example, I, he, she, and it, they will use has. Where will be for the pronouns that are in plural. For example, we, they, and you. And if you see, those are plurals. We have only three plurals, and they will use where. Then you need to use any verb that you know. For example, work, do, explain, drink, eat, etc. Any verb that you know, so we need to use ing at the end of each verb. So now the verb, it is in past progressive. I will use the base form. The base form of wait, obviously it is wait. If you want to make them in past progressive, wait, waiting, ing, wait, waiting. So you need to connect them. And now you have a verb in past progressive. Another example, drink, ing, drinking. So now you have a past progressive. Another example will be like eat, ing, eating. So now you have a past progressive. So please, everyone, take a look at these rules because these rules are important if you want to make the past progressive. For example, verbs that end with E. You need to drop the E or you need to delete E and you need to include ing. For example, erase, erasing, dance, dancing. What else? Make, making. So if you see, we need to delete the E and you need to include ing. So don't forget that. We have some exceptions. For example, the verb be. The verb be is going to be being, ing, being. The other one, see, with double E, seen. So you need to only include ing and that's it. Okay, so please don't forget that we have only some exceptions. I will include this rule, obviously, in Moodle so you can take a look at them. Another example, with verbs that end with Y, for example, study, you need to include the Y and you need to include ing. For example, study, studying, play, playing, and that's it. And also carry, carrying, try, trying. So please don't forget that it is another rule. And another rule for verbs with ending with ie, for example, die or lie, you need to delete ie and you need to include y. For example, die, dying with y. Lie, you need to delete ie and you need to say lying with y. So please don't forget that. And when verbs that end with consonant, vowel, and consonant, you need to double the last consonant. For example, plan, planning with double N. Travel, traveling with double L. Prefer, preferring with double R. So please don't forget that. As I said, I will include this explanation on Moodle so you can combine them. Don't forget that. I was waiting for the bus. Was waiting because I use I was waiting for the bus when the accident happened. If you see, past simple, happened. Past progressive, I was waiting. So those are the rules, okay? Now, if you want to make the negative of this, we are going to include not. I was not waiting. He was not waiting. She was not waiting. It was not waiting. So if you see, we use not if you want to make the negative. If you want to make the negative in plural, so you are going to say we, they, and you were not waiting. So remember that not is the negative. You can use any verb, so please take a look at the rules, take a look at the explanations, and it's going to be easy for you. The last part will be the question form. The question form, everyone, it is was and were at the beginning before you make the sentence. For example, I was waiting for the bus. Was I waiting for the bus? So you need to change was at the beginning and now you have a question. And you can do the same with the rest pronouns. For example, he was waiting for the bus. Was he waiting for the bus? So if you see, we need to change or we need to move was at the beginning of the sentence and now you have a question. If you want to continue with the plural, so the same. You were waiting for the bus. Were you waiting for the bus? They were waiting for the bus. Were they waiting for the bus? If you see, now you need to move or you need to change were and was at the beginning of the sentence. And now you have a question right there. Now everyone, remember, past progressive, it is used to talk about actions that were in progress, actions that maybe couldn't happen at that time. But if you see, they are important if you want to combine an activity that was in progress with an action that happened in that moment. So basically, we use them when you want to explain something. Maybe if you want to share your experiences, you can include this tense, the past progressive, and also the past simple, obviously, because our actions that happened. Now, everyone, this was the explanation about the past progressive. If you see, it's not very difficult. I will include the whole information in Moodle. I will include all the explanations. I will include everything that you need to know about the past progressive. So please take a look at it. And also, I have a chat in Moodle, and also I have you have my email, so you can use the email. You can send me an email, or you can use the chat if you have any questions. So please let me know. This topic is very easy. You need to review, and you need to use all the verbs in a correctly way. So please take a look at them. Please read the explanations, and please don't forget to send me an email, or don't forget to send me a message if you have any questions. So I hope that everything is okay. I will be available for you if you have any questions. Please let me know. And well, I hope to see you soon, and I hope that we can have a good class. So please, everyone, I hope that you are doing okay, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.